move up to Jake Matthews versus Matt Semelsberger. And this one's also kind of a banger, but I would be shocked. Yeah, Jake Matthews minus 280, Matthew Semelsberger plus 235. Jake Matthews opened at minus 220 and has been smashed. Look, I've been high on Jake Matthews for a while, the Celtic kid, and a lot of people weren't. And I think the Andre Fiallo fight was the best performance I've ever seen out of him. Was a crazy coming out party. And when you look on the flip side of Semelsberger, you're looking at a guy who has there is a clear path to victory to beat him, and Alex Morono exploited that just recently. So I think Jake Matthews could be a play at 280. I never advise laying, 300 to win 105 or 110 or whatever. I think you can comfortably parlay this piece, though, Dan. I
agree with you.
Yeah, I'll have money on Jake Matthews in some way, shape, or form.
The spot that I'm looking at more so is the over 2.5. I think that we see Jake Matthews get back to his roots. He's someone that came into this sport. I mean, you know this, but he's someone that came into the sport with a huge grappling foundation and is really just starting to put everything together with his striking. Obviously, he looked unreal versus Fiallo, but Fiallo is one of those guys we kind of sniffed out as he's here because he's dangerous. One punch, knockout power, beat some bums on short notice, but has he ever really been UFC level? And whatever, that striking performance was awesome, but it doesn't tell me that Jake Matthews is an elite striker. I think that he wrestles here. I think that he gets back to his bread and butter, dominates Semelsberger in the wrestling department. But I think that because of that, Semi is also a very capable jiu-jitsu practitioner. We're not going to get a sub. I like the over 2.5. It's sitting at minus 150.
See,
and I think that'll be on my card.
I don't love that from an aspect of, I think both of these men are dangerous. Semelsberger is massive for 170, like absolutely massive. And although he only has 2 finishes out of his, 4 UFC wins, half finishes, but they're first round right crosses. I mean, it is Jason Witt, Martin Sano, but he has the power. And then Jake Matthews obviously has the ability to finish on the feet and on the ground. I don't hate the play. I think both of these guys' best path to victory usually is on this leans the side of unanimous decision. It's just scary for me to pay the 150 on 2 guys who are dangerous. They're capable. But if your read is correct and it's just iron sharpening iron in the grappling standpoint, people staying in guard for a little bit, both of these guys are good enough at jiu-jitsu to not get subbed. Both these guys are good enough at wrestling to get up, maybe work it back down, sit in the clinch for a while. And if that's the case, Dan, you're going to have a sweat-free ticket, which is very possible. You just don't.
I like a lot of the dogs and a lot of the overs on this card.
You just don't want to see
it's a weird combo.
You don't want to see the standing and banging, Dan. If Semelsberger and Jake Matthews just sit there in the pocket.
If I'm wrong about Jake Matthews' approach here,
yeah,
I'm way wrong about this bet.
And that's worth disclaiming, I think. But you could be dead on. It could be the easiest ticket, too. We'll see. All right.